Hello everyone, Verixis here. Today we're going to be doing something different. We're going to be doing a review of Shark Attack Deathmatch 2, which we're going to call Shark Attack from now on, since it's shown up in my discovery queue on Steam, and I've seen the name crop up in a few discussions in various places on the internet, mostly in relation to depth. It also has sharks, so it's right up my alley. I dropped $3 on it, and here's what I found. Firstly, Shark Attack's landscapes look great. Once you ignore the lackluster shark models, the boring diver models, and the extremely annoying watery overlay to the scenery, the maps look great. There's lots of creatures around to make the place feel alive. The lighting is great. There are plenty of maps to choose from Russian nuclear submarines to a flood of New York City, all the way to the ruins of Atlantis. Each map feels unique and has a variety of special touches that are gorgeous to look at. If this were the backdrop to an action puzzle game or an adventurous exploration game, I would find it hard to find a problem with the setting. Unfortunately, the game set to these beautiful places falls very short in what it claims to deliver. The Steam store page for Shark Attack uses lots of intense words like gritty, brutal, savage, visceral, mayhem. What you actually get are better described by the words boring, slow, uninteresting, and tedious. The game's gunplay is without any weight to it, since each shot feels like you're pinching a shark, despite the ridiculous amounts of bloods that plume from them when you hit them. You can also eat up through an entire ammo pool, shooting just one or two sharks, leaving you without a real weapon, or scrambling to find ammo. There are also only 2 real weapons, so you get to choose between shooting spears really fast or shooting spears really slowly. You can also have grenades and your knife, although I have yet to find grenades, so I can't speak about them. You can, however, take out your knife and circle strafe a shark to kill it, because that's a completely realistic thing to do. And it's also sometimes the only thing you can do whenever you run out of ammo, which you will. A lot. You can also drown in a game that takes place completely underwater. Yes, that might seem realistic, but I also think it's a completely unnecessary thing to monitor in a game such as this. Also, all the sharks are basically the same. It just has a different coat of paint on it depending on the actual map chosen, so there's no real variety. I suppose it would feel a lot different if you were playing against other divers as well, but that kind of brings us to the next nail in our coffin. This game is dead. Like, totally dead. D-E-D dead. The Steam forums are filled with posts asking if the game is dead, and the devs report that the game has plenty of players, especially after their initiative to boost player count. The devs claim that there is a live player base, and that the reason the game looks dead is because they hide all of the full game lobbies, because why have them up if you can't join them, right? Now, I find this to be disingenuous at best, and somewhat outright lying at worst, because that answer implies that there is a good number of full lobbies at any given time, and yet we can take a look at the Steam charts and see that Shark Attack has a grand whopping total of 9.8 users per day on an average for the last 30 days. The top peak players per day ever is 70. And that's it. I can back this up by saying it took me 27 minutes to find a player to play with, and the game ended shortly after that, and he left. It took me another 12 minutes to find another 2 people, and the same thing happened there. But that's not the only thing hurting Shark Attack. However, the game doesn't have a lot of history about staying up to date and fulfilling promises. The game launched in early access in July 2015, promising to have a full release in 4 to 6 months' time. 2 years later, and it's still in early access. The last major update to the game, where new content was added, seems to be back in September of 2016. People are getting dubious of these early access limbo games, and I can't blame them. Even if the price is very low, I still feel like I could have spent the $3 on better stuff. Now, I'm not going to touch much on the stuff that pertains to depth, because I am unabashedly biased in that regard. I will say that the Shark Attack forums has a depth or Shark Attack Deathmatch 2, which should I get? Topic pinned. And many people swarm in to defend Shark Attack, calling it more realistic, better graphics, quote-unquote tons of potential, and it is incredibly scary. Suffice it to say, I'm not sure any of these people have actually seen anything scary or even seen what a realistic shark can do, because this isn't realistic, and this isn't scary. So, too long didn't watch. Spend your $3 elsewhere. Shark Attack Deathmatch 2 is slow, clunky, boring, repetitive, and lonely, even if a lot of the maps do look very pretty. Take your money and go buy Ubermosh instead. That game is great if you like arcade stuff. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. You guys can hit me up on the Facebooks, the Twitters, and on Discord, all located in the description below. And I will see you guys in the water next time. Bye-bye.